Chapter 3. Visitor. That day more than 50 years ago was still fresh in Naina's memory. Since then, all manner of creatures had wandered into her glade seeking guidance. Today would be no different. She was gathering the final ingredient for her next potion, a handful of ripe crimson berries, when she glanced up at the sky and noticed a dark speck on the horizon. Moving fast, her visitor was nearly here. Without hurry, she turned and made her way back to her house. Standing on her doorstep, she paused to survey the clearing. She had prepared a 500-square-yard landing pad, more than enough for the dragon she was expecting. Satisfied, she stepped inside. As she added the berries to the potion simmering in her hearth cauldron, she heard the distant thud of a dragon landing. She glanced around the room. Everything was in order. The potion was ready. Her full-length mirror stood between the bedroom door and the old wicker rocking chair, and the space had been cleared for the transformation ritual. A knock sounded on the door. "Come in," Emma called, turning to face it. The door creaked open to reveal a large green dragon with a vivid red stripe down its back, far too big to enter. "Please," Nana said again, her tone calm. "Come inside." The dragon shrugged. With a shimmer of magic, she placed one foot through the door, and as she crossed the threshold, her massive form shrank to fit within the modest cottage. "I came foe," the dragon began, speaking in the guttural tones of her kind. "I know why you're here," Nana interrupted gently but firmly, already pouring a glass of the steaming potion. "Drink this." The dragon hesitated. "But—" "No questions," Nana snapped, her voice like the crack of a whip. "Once you drink, you'll become human. I'll give you clothes. You'll travel to a human village and live among them. If you truly want to understand humans, you must be one." The dragon looked uncertain, but Nana pressed on. "Know this, once you leave my glade, if you return, the transformation will immediately reverse. You will not be able to return to the human world again. And once you become human, you will lose your natural protections. The forest will no longer fear you. So make haste to the village, but not too quickly, or you might suffer some unfortunate side effects from the magic." "How will I get there?" the dragoness asked. "The nearest village is 10 miles away," Nana replied. "I've summoned a unicorn to carry you." The dragoness burst into laughter. "A unicorn? They're only good for food." Nana's face turned to stone. "Your first lesson?" she said coldly. The dragoness sobered immediately. "All right, I'll drink." She lifted the glass to her lips and swallowed. At first, nothing happened. Then her body began to ripple and shift. She stood taller, her frame elongating. Wings morphed into arms, scales gave way to skin. The red stripe on her back transformed into a waterfall of auburn hair, though her piercing green eyes remained unchanged. When the change was complete, she stood fully human and strikingly beautiful. Admiring herself in the mirror, she barely noticed Nana handing her a plain brown peasant dress. "It's not much, but it'll do," Nana said. The dragoness fumbled with the clothes. She had never worn them before, and Nana helped her dress. "When you reach the village, find someone willing to teach you the ways of their kind," Nana instructed. She opened the door. "Your ride awaits." Just outside stood a magnificent unicorn, white with a subtle lavender shimmer to its coat. As soon as it saw the dragoness, it stepped forward and lowered its horn. The dragoness backed away instinctively, fear overtaking her new form. "Stand still," Nana ordered, grabbing her arm. "Anyone who rides a unicorn must first pass its test." The unicorn pressed the tip of its horn against her chest. The dragoness gasped and collapsed. "Wake up, dragoness." "You're fine," Nana said calmly. Groggy, the woman sat up, clutching her chest. "Only those of pure heart and true intention survive a unicorn's judgment," Nina explained as she helped her stand. The dragoness, stunned, allowed herself to be lifted onto the unicorn's back. "Good luck, dragoness," Nina said with a smirk. "You're going to need it." She slapped the unicorn's flank, and the beast galloped off into the trees, carrying its unlikely rider toward the unknown.